dressed up, my comportment is proper, that means I'm happy. How many of you feel like that? Come on, let's make it interactive, right? We're not sitting in a college. How many of you feel the same? Raise a hand, please. And how many of you don't feel the same? And how many of you are not going to raise your hand no matter what I ask? Please do not belong to the third category, right? Don't belong to the third category. I'll ask again, how many of you feel that I am happy just because I'm smiling? Do you guys think that I'm not happy? Do you guys really think that I'm not happy?
Maybe.
That is nice. Let me ask you this, what according to you happiness is? Anyone? Anyone else?
100% satisfied.
That is a dependency on something. What is true happiness that you have felt? What according to you happiness is?
Doing what you want.
Alright.
Inner peace.
Getting what you want. Alright.
Inner peace.
Alright. Yes, please.
When you bring smile on someone's face, that's happiness. Okay.
The chores which make us resort like that.
Exactly. So you guys know a lot of things. That's why I said already that I'm not going to teach you something new. You guys know everything. Right? I'm just going to brush it up for you guys. Alright? Now, happiness, if I have to sum it up, if I have to give it a definition, I must tell you, if you want to write it down please. That happiness is being used by the society till your last breath in the field of expertise that you like to work. Where you do not feel your work is work. See, I am an engineer. If you see my story, I was from maths science background, right? And I joined TCS here in IT, and now I have written a book, and now people call me a life transformation catalyst, and I am going to do my PG in psychology. And it has taken me 25 years to realize that what exactly happiness is. Now I do not feel bored in this. I do not get bored out of this profession. If I have to speak for 4 hours, I can speak non-stop. I have enough content, and I will make sure that you guys will not get bored out of it. Nobody will sleep. Nobody will sleep. This is what I have realized. Why? Because my happiness lies in this. Because I am ready for being used by all of you, whether you want to take advantage of me or not. Right? Because I am ready. And now, before starting the session, we have already started, by the way, but let us do a simple exercise. I want all of you to write your names. Just tear down a slip of paper and write your names over it. And tear it down, please. You might have experienced it. When inside the elevator, right? When people rush inside and you hold that button, and people come in and say, thank you. How do you feel? Happy. Exactly. You cannot avoid giving. And if it's a girl in case, you feel ecstatic. Don't you? Yes or yes?
Yes.
Exactly. It is the case. Now there is an honest person. Now, let us continue that exercise. Now, I have the names over here. Now, I want all of you to get ready. You have to come here. I'll give you 30 seconds and you have to find out what? Yes. What?
Find out your own name.
Come here. Stand up. Now,
But-
I'll throw it here. All of you have to come here and you have to find out the slip that has your name written on it. Okay? Right? On the count of 3.
अरे क्या है
30 seconds, right? Or a minute. 1, 2, 3.
क्या खा रहे मनी
Go back. All right, sign up. Those who have all of you must be having some checks, right? Yes. Come on, go back. Time's up. Go back. You have all of you who are having 30 seconds. Go back. People who haven't come here, right?
Take the name. Okay. People are coming now. This happens with many people.
Whatever you have, just take it.
Somebody's borrowed.
कोई मेरा भी लेकर आओ
That is there is one.
Akansha is here. There's one there.
Now, how many of you got yours? No. What yours I mean, you have got your own name written on it. All of you.
Most of us.
Did you find it all on your own?
No.
Then? You did, right? Exactly. What you have done is, you have found out the correct slip having your name. Why? Because Jolene has found the slip of somebody else. However, you could have avoided that chaos also. You could have avoided that chaos also. When you give, you feel happy because giving opens you for receiving. And some of us don't give, ladies and gentlemen, because we do not see ourselves as a channel for offering. We do not see as a capacity for offering anything. Most of us feel, what can I offer? And I must tell you, you can at least smile. Why? Because that smile of yours, that grin of yours has the power to rewrite history. I must tell you, Jim Carrey once said that the effect that you have on others is the most valuable currency that there is and that is ever going to be. And I must tell you again from my own personal experience that no matter how many expensive gifts you buy for people, by the end of the day, it is all going to fade away. Because even if I give you RC, and then I give you Jack Daniels, that too Black Label. Sorry, Johnny Walker Black Label. But if I do something wrong, it will all fade away. You will not remember throughout your life that I have given you that gift. But if I have helped you out at some point when you needed it the most, and you are a kind of a guy who does not open up, usually, and I understood it on my own, and I have helped you out, how would you feel? There must be a lot of people in your life, ladies and gentlemen, who have helped you at some point in your life when you required it the most. And because of their help, you are not the same person like you were once before in your life previously. Yes or yes?
Yes.
Yes or yes?
Yes.
You are those kind of people. And I advocate all of you today, since it is the Joy of Giving week, to write a letter of appreciation. You don't have to be ostentatious while writing. Just a simple letter would do. Just write down that I want to thank you for what you have done for me that particular day. It has changed my life altogether. What do you think? How would they feel getting that kind of letter out of nowhere? How would they feel?
Happy.
Exactly. It will surely make their day. How would you feel if you get the same letter suddenly? You'll enjoy it. Yes or yes? Make sense? Make sense?
Yes.
Now this is one thing that happiness is giving. Everybody knows it. But how many of you, that is okay, that we know it. But still, when it comes to the practicality, when we face the real scenario, how many of you feel that just because something has happened, that's why I'm not happy? Or he or she has behaved in a different way, I'm not happy? How many of you do that? Most of us do that. How many of you do that? How many of you do that? If you do not want to raise your hand, okay, be true to yourself, be honest with yourself then. Right? It's not about what I am telling you, because at the end you are going to understand your perception of it. We read a lot of things, but when the time comes, do we really implement it? No, right? I have a friend of mine who always blames the girl. We start playing the blame game. Just because she did not say yes to me, I have to drink. She was the one who caused the depression. She caused a lot of inherent depression in mine. How many of you? How often we do that? We do this, and the people around you, you will find that people do the same thing. And what is the reason behind it? Why do we blame? Why do we want to escape things? Escape away from things. Why do we want to do that? Anyone? Yes?
Maybe we are not ready to accept our faults.
Exactly. Anyone else?
So we are not always ready to give the answer. We just want to ignore them.
But you are not ignoring. But it is not a kind of ignorance, right? You start to blame them. You start doing all sorts of gossiping. Not you. I mean the third person. We do that usually.
It is the easiest thing to do.
Sorry.
It is the easiest thing we can do. Blame others.
Exactly. Now it makes a lot of sense. The thing is, how many of you really feel, and be honest, that things outside us controls our happiness? That if you have a lot of money, you will be happy. Because if I am earning a lot of money these days. I must tell you, and I'm not boasting about myself. For the first 25 years of my life, I was like that only. I didn't figure out anything. I was working here and there. I never set a goal in my life. I used to spend more than I earn. But now people pay me 20,000 for an hour. And you guys are getting it for free. That is the joy of giving. Because I have put in a lot of effort. But, and for the past 1 year or past 1.5 years, everything has changed. Everything has changed around me. And I have realized that earning money only will not make me happy. My financial condition was here, and my financial condition was here, my mental condition was here. Or I would say my financial condition was here back then. But I was not happy. I was earning handsomely. I was having a Royal Enfield back then. In the first 2 years of my TCS joining, I have bought the Royal Enfield. I used to get all new cell phones, the latest cell phones that are out there in the market. I was not happy. Why? Because I realized that there was a gap between the expectations of my reality and the experiences of my reality. Even though I was having everything, but I wanted something to work in my way again. And those who feel, I must tell you that if you get all sorts of wealth, you will be happy, you are wrong. Your belief will be shattered. Money is important. I must tell you, money is extremely important. I speak for money. Right? Why? Because people do not value when you give something for free. For instance, let's take a common example. How many of you feel that you enjoy the chai at a tapri or the coffee at a tapri, and it tastes far more better than the drink called Devil's Own that CCD serves for 300 rupees? For instance, or if you were there at the tapri, right? You are having that teacup in your hand, and I call you that come, I need you, or we have to work. You will throw it away and you will come immediately, right? You will. But if you are at CCD, you have paid 300 rupees for that. Will you come? You will finish the drink. Even though how disgusting it is, you will finish it up. Because we never take selfies at a tapri corner. But when we go to CCD or Starbucks, the status has to change. Because we have invested a lot of money, and it happens. It happens. It happens. Yes or yes?
Yes.
So coming back to giving, it comes under giving only, right? How people can fool you these days. I must tell you that also. So beware. Anyway, coming back to the point, those who think that the situations outside us control us. I must tell you, let me tell you a quick story. There was a Sufi saint. Her name was Rabia. Have any of you heard about her? Alright, because there are not many known women Sufi saints in the human history. Right? Her name was Rabia and she used to stay in a hut outside the village. And once someone become a Sufi saint, they become outlandish, they become eccentric. Right? The society barges them. They just put them out of the normal households. Right? She used to live where? In a forest adjacent to a society. One day she was searching something, or she was doing something in the evening near his hut, and she saw a troop. They were all going gaga. They were saying Om Namah Shivaya, this, that, so on and so forth. They were chanting. And that troop passed her hut. Seeing that, Rabia asked one of the priests, that why are you guys shouting? What happened? Where are you guys going? And she said, and the priest said, that we are going to visit the temple. Rabia said, why are you going to visit the temple? And the priest said, the people are suffering from disappointment. They are distressed, they are despondent, disheartened, dejected. God will help them out. They will feel happy. When they say somebody else's name, they feel happy. When they chant Om Namah Shivaya, they feel happy. She said, okay, well, fair enough, fair enough. And then she said that, oh, come on, before you guys move ahead, help me out, please. The priest said, what happened? She said, I lost my needle. I think the needle in the haystack, that idiom came from that story only. Rabia said that I lost my needle, and the priest ordered some of the members from the troop that go there and search the needle for the lady. He said, okay. 15 minutes went by, 20 minutes went by. It was all going like that only. 1 hour went by. But they were not able to find the needle. Rabia said, come on, hurry up, dude, hurry up. Because we do not have electricity these days. And once it is dark, once the sun is going to set, it would be difficult to find out the needle. They went like that, they worked arduously for the next 1 hour, but they were not able to find out the needle. Then the priest asked, that Rabia, by the way, could you please tell me, that where have you lost your needle? So that it would be easy for us to find it out. And Rabia said, oh, the needle, I lost it back inside my hut. Now if you were there, what would be your reaction? How would you feel? You will feel indignant, obviously, right? Don't you? Yes or yes?
Yes.
And then the priest asked Rabia that how are we going to find the needle when the needle is lost inside? And the Rabia said, I must use the Rabia, because she was a pioneer in the Sufis history. Then she said, aren't you doing the same thing? Happiness is where? Here. How can you find it outside? Make sense? It sounds good, but when it comes to the real scenario, it is very difficult. Now, how you can face the situation and remain happy? First things, acceptance. Sheer acceptance. You do not have to take the things, you do not have to think about the things worse than they are. You do not have to think about the things better than they are. You have to think about the things as they are. Stop judging, because when you judge someone, you negate their real self. For instance, if somebody wants to talk to a girl, and if you want to ask her out, it happens. All sorts of negative thoughts start to build up in our mind. And it is vice versa true also. Whether I'm going to call her, will she say yes or no? My friends say that she will not say yes. how can she say yes to a guy like me? Right? All these stuff are running inside your mind, and somehow you develop the metal and you call that girl. And you ask her out. For instance, let's take my example. I called Dwivedi and I asked her out. And she said no. She says no. I cannot go out. And then what happens? All sorts of things start to build up in my mind. My friends were right. I'm a donkey. No girl can ever love me. It happens. It happens. Isn't it? But what you are doing is you are making or you are seeing the things worse than they are. The answer was already no. You asked and she affirmed it. The answer is still no. That does not mean that you are a fool. Right? So you have to accept it. The second thing is, it is a cyclic process. Your thought control your actions and your actions control your thoughts. If you cannot control your thoughts, which is very difficult, because it has taken me around 1.5 years to control my mind, to become the master of my mind. Now I do not have mood swings. I have phases, but I do not have mood swings. It does not affect me much. Then if you cannot control your thoughts, you can control your actions. How? If you feel depressed the next time, what you have to do is try doing it. Change your body, the posture of your body. If you feel depressed, open up and you will see the difference within seconds. Next time if you feel depressed, just place a pen, right? Become the joker. And in the next 30 seconds you will see the difference, because have you ever seen a man who is saying, take my example, that will I say something like this, oh, I'm extremely happy. What happened? I'm happy. My book has become the Amazon #1 bestseller. I'm extremely happy. I'm planning for my future. Now I learn in goal. Will I do that? Or have you ever seen a guy or a girl will say, he is dancing, oh, come on, yo. Yes. What happened? No, I'm sad. I failed. Will people do that? Your subconscious is affected by your posture. If I say I have a big box, will you agree? Would you believe me? I have a big box in my hand. I have a big box in my hand. This is the thing. And the third thing, so that you can remain happy and in the present moment, is take risks. How many of you believe in God? Alright. So this is something that came directly from the risk God himself. Right? The risk God says that if you are not willing to take risks, you cannot grow. If you cannot grow, you cannot become your best. And if you cannot become your best, you cannot be happy. You cannot be happy. And if you cannot be happy, what else is there? What else is there? Happiness is where? Do you have to look outside of you? No, right? I must tell you, it will take a lot of time, but it will come with practice. It will come with practice. Right?